Hey there, YouTube. Welcome to Big Mike Beard Wisdom. So, this is going to be one of those situations where it's kind of going to be interesting. Because have you ever been leaving work, thought, oh man, so nice to get out of there and get home. And then you look at your car, and whammo, somebody sideswiped you. And there's no note. So, yay. Now, there's a process that you want to kind of follow. You do want to contact people. You want to try and get as much information as you can from anyone that might have seen anything. You want to take pictures of it. That way, you know, you've got pictures of what car was next to you, what car was in the area and stuff like that. So, in my situation, it's been about 3 weeks now, and there's been no information. No one stepped forward, and it really kind of sucks because I mean, in a work parking lot, 90% chance it was probably a coworker that did it. So yeah, but what do you do in the meantime? Your car's body is more or less a water and debris deflection device. It's not really waterproof. So what you're going to want to do is find a way to seal that up if you're not going to get it repaired right away. And as you can kind of see, this is a little bit dirty around it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wipe it down with a simple like cleaning rag. This just happened to fall in the snow. Then I'll wipe it down with a paper towel to make sure it's nice and dry. And then we'll throw some black duct tape on there just to kind of get it sealed up. Because right where that's at, luckily, there's nothing really in there that they hit, hopefully, structural wise and stuff. So I'm hoping everything's okay. The lights and stuff all seem to work. So I'm going to leave it be for now and then probably fix it myself in a later episode. So everywhere where you're going to put the tape, you want to make sure you get that nice and clean. That way the tape actually sticks. You also want to try and pop the bumper into place as much as possible. So like right here, you can see how this is sticking out. You don't want it to develop a memory of being out. So if you can get that pop back in, yay. If you can't, well, that's life sometimes. And then a heat gun at a later date can help to fix that a little bit more and get it back into shape. And let's say if it was like rainy or snowy or something like that, this is really good for kind of like keeping stuff out of here. That way you're not getting salt in places where you really don't want salt to be going. Same thing for like, let's say it was summertime. In the summertime and it was raining, there'd be the chance that you'd be getting rain and stuff like that onto that connector. Those connectors are waterproof to a point, but as the years go by, the rubber seals kind of go, and essentially that could be filling up and then causing issues with corrosion in the actual connector later. And it's pretty chilly out. It's about 20 degrees, so this is not the most ideal time to be doing this, but it's what I got. So this is all nicely wiped down. I've got that kind of tucked back into place. That'll help with it remembering where it needs to go later. And then you can kind of see how that's not evaporating at all. So that's why I had the paper towels out here with me. And the goal with the duct tape is more or less just to kind of seal it up. That way anything that hits just kind of washes off or, you know, slides to the side. And then duct tape wise, I went black because it's a black vehicle. If it was silver, I'd probably use, you know, normal gray duct tape. If it was a different color, there are some different colored ones, but you know, this will kind of help hide things a little bit, so look a little bit less worse. The reason why I'm just kind of doing this right now is that because it's too cold to actually do like a real good bumper repair to it, and I'm not going to be putting this through insurance because I don't know how weird that's going to be, because we don't have, you know, any information on the person that did it. So whether this will land on like uninsured motorist, which I'm covered for, I think I'm covered for underinsured as well, but I don't know how that works. And insurance is such a, I don't want to say quagmire, but it's certainly weird that, you know, I'm just going to wind up fixing this myself later. And I may wind up ordering like a paint to match bumper, which could wind up looking okay, but, you know, there's other things that need to be fixed in the meantime. So like the fender's starting to rust a bit too. So this will be a can of worms leading into a snowball of repairs. But while you've got access to the hole here, I do recommend kind of like sticking your finger back behind, using that to help make sure that everything's kind of sealed up here. That way you're getting a good seal to really limit anything from coming into that body cavity. All right, so that's pretty well taped up. You know, it's kind of one of those things where you step far enough away, you can't even tell there's a problem. So just like what happened with my Sonata when my wife hit that raccoon and stuff like that, you know, it's one of those things where if you do it just right, you know, you can't even tell anything happened. But this ought to help kind of keep things deflected in the meantime. Now, you know, how well is this going to handle speed? I don't know. So it's going to be one of those things where essentially the vehicle is going to be relegated to probably, you know, 60-mile-an-hour roads and less. Because you don't really want that flapping in the wind and letting loose. And the bad thing about Minnesota is that we use salt, and this is really going to limit kind of like the car washes I can use. So, you know, this was already kind of a relatively rusty vehicle with, like when we bought it, the fuel tank strap snapping right away, the other tank strap looking pretty angry, and then a few other rust problems that we've had with it. And I can only imagine not washing it this winter is really going to add to that. But hopefully come springtime, once it gets to be warm enough that I can work out here and stuff, I'll be repairing the bumper cover with the pieces that I saved from it and a 3M bumper cover repair system that works amazingly well. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll check you next time.